Okay. Last name again, James.
Richardson, Judge.
Take a step.
Mr. Richardson. How's jail? Wonderful.
Missing bills. I'm missing life. I'm missing everything. Missing my job, work opportunities.
You know, and one of the things, Mr. Richardson, you need to consider that when you're out there in the free world, when you're picking up cases, one of the first things that you should think about, even before you do anything, if I get picked up, if I go to jail, do I have anyone that's going to bond me out? Because when you don't, you wear orange for
3 cases while already out on bond. That's like striking out with the bases loaded. The judge is basically saying, you already had your shot at freedom, and you blew it. Question for you. Do you think repeat offenders should even be offered multiple chances on bond? Or is one strike enough?
a very long time. You were on bond for 2 serious assault cases, and now you picked up a 3rd case. This is what happens. Your lawyer's asking me to give you another PR bond. No. It scares me. What are you going to do if we let you out?
I'm working with law enforcement to figure out exactly where the...
Don't talk about the facts of the case.
I have no interest in talking about the facts of the case. My concern is if we let you out, are you up to no good? That's my concern.
No.
We gave you the opportunity, and now here we are again. So
I'll be doing good. I'll be doing good. They let me out, I'll be doing good. And I have
Judge, he has a job lined up with the Port of Houston. He just wants to start working.
having your life now, Mr. Richardson.
my grandma, my sister,
Your daughter.
my daughter.
Where's mom and dad?
My mom's in Dallas and my dad lives in Richmond.
Do you have no interest in getting in contact with either of them?
Yes, I do. But I work. I have paying jobs, paying jobs. And I don't think my dad has a job. Or he is a
Stay up.
cop, something like that.
I don't know where he would go if we let him out, but I'm not letting you out on the street. So we need to figure out where you're going to go. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to be very hard pressed to just give you another PR bond.
He would say he would live with his grandmother.
Where were you living before?
I was living with her, but I spent time at my friend's house.
Okay.
That's not going to happen. I'm not doing this now. It's not gonna happen. We need to figure out a place that you can go to, that you've got a permanent home to go to, whether it's going to be grandma, mom, or dad. But friend's house, it's not going to work. And then I'm going to tell you, if I do let you out, you're going to have a whole host of monitors so I know where you are at all times. You've now picked up your 3rd case. I'm going to do everything that I can to prevent you from picking up a 4th. Do you understand, Mr. Richardson?
Sure.
Okay, so start talking around with family members, see who's going to, who's
Going
able
to
to take.
reduce his bonds at all, Judge?
Of course.
Can we reduce them to 2,500 each at least? I don't know if he'll be able to make that. So it'd be 25. Okay, thank you,
But I'm
Judge.
going to tell you now, I'm not letting you out on the street to just roam it, because nothing good happens on the street in the middle of the night and you just roaming it. So if you want to get out, you got to find a good place to stay. Grandma, mom, dad, somewhere where it's reliable, that you got a bed, and not just a friend. Do you understand, Mr. Richardson?
I would say a friend, but it was more of a partnership, business partnership. But they didn't hold up on their end at all. So we can, when my grandma could give me a PR bond because where I work.
I'll let you guys figure it out. I got to handle a bunch of stuff.
Thank you,
Let me
Judge.
know.
Judge, we having a rating coming?
Let me talk to Carl first. Good morning, Miss Lathan. Thank you, Mom, for coming. Appreciate it. Miss Lathan, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Judge, the complainant reported being assaulted by the defendant, who is the complainant's daughter-in-law, at the defendant's residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated she was at the residence with the defendant for the complainant's son's birthday. The complainant advised she engaged.
Whoa, this isn't just a family spat. This is a high-stakes accusation. Notice how the judge emphasizes probable cause. That doesn't mean guilt. It just means there's enough smoke to keep the case alive. Here's the kicker. This charge came 6 months after the alleged fight. Delayed reports can seriously weaken credibility. What do you think? Does waiting that long make the case shaky?
Engaged in a verbal altercation with the defendant about the child not saying goodbye. The defendant got into the victim's face and the defendant lunged at the complainant as if the defendant was going to strike her. The complainant stated her son and husband attempted to separate the defendant and the complainant, but the defendant was able to kick the complainant's right breast, causing a high level of pain due to recent breast cancer surgery. The complainant stated the defendant yelled, quote, "I will fuck you up," as she was pulled away. The defendant stated they had a get-together for the defendant's husband. The complainant became upset during that conversation, and the complainant was slamming doors, yelling and getting in the complainant's face, but did not kick the complainant as she was 9 months pregnant. The defendant was identified with a Texas driver's license.
I make a statement, Judge.
Of course.
And so this case was it 6 months later that it was filed? They never spoke to any of the witness. Janitha was present at that time. Terrell, who's a bailiff upstairs, was present at that time, which is Jillian's husband. He didn't want to go through the whole IED deal and give a statement just yet. But I did provide a witness statement from Janitha where she was there. She was 9 months pregnant at the time, Judge. She had her baby a week later. Her mother-in-law did have breast surgery, cancer surgery before on her breast, but she couldn't lift her leg up 3 inches, much less high enough to kick her in the breast. Police officer had none of the information with regards to Janitha being present. Janitha was there. There was the mother and the Terrell and the father holding the two back, I guess, from each other like this. It was split up, and then that was it. 6 months later, charges were filed against Miss Lathan, and that's it. Officers never spoke with anyone, didn't get the other side of the statement. Janitha did provide a witness statement. The court can ask Janitha. We're open to the court asking the questions to Ms. Kimbrough, where she didn't witness anything after it was split up. They went home, I guess, Janitha, and then that was it. There was no physical contact, anything of that nature. Nothing.
Give a response, Mike.
Judge, I haven't read the offense report thus far. I know that this is what the victim has reported. I don't know who the investigator spoke to, but I know this was a delayed report. That's why the 2B warrant was filed.
There was no documented injuries, Judge, no photographs, no nothing. They just on their own volition.
Remember, this is just mere probable cause, right? So, and the fact that, she's pregnant is unable to, I don't know that, right? So all this is a probable cause. It doesn't mean that you're guilty, right? Just it's a mere probable cause. There's still a lot before someone can be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, that's a lot higher standard than what we're just doing today. I am going to find that there's probable cause to go forward. What's the dynamic now? I guess it's 6 months down the road.
I mean, they all
do
live
they
together.
want to have contact?
They all.
Um,
Do you still have contact with your mother-in-law?
So on Marilyn, is there still contact between you guys?
On and off, not too much.
Okay, so the only thing I'm going to ask is just don't have any threatening or harassing contact with this person. That's all I'm going to ask you to do at this point, okay? I'm not going to put any other conditions in your bond. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. You've got a great lawyer. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court. Mr. Kamek will tell you when you have to come back to court, and that's all there is to it. Just be nice. Don't pick up any new cases, You guys have any questions?
That's it.
So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have just Michael create the bond conditions, we'll have you sign it, and then you guys are free to go. Just do your thing and just have fun.
Judge, did you set a bond amount?
Oh, Mr. Torres, you're charged with assault of a family member. You are facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15th, 2024, officers dispatched to a welfare check at a residence in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant, who was observed to have a fresh, large bump to the back of her head. The complainant was observed to be very scared to speak to law enforcement at the time of their arrival, while the defendant was in the area. The complainant insisted that she wanted to leave the house and get out. The officers made contact with the defendant, who stated that him and the complainant had been dating for about 1 month and had recently had a couple verbal arguments. The defendant stated that he was outside and heard screams coming from inside, and when he came inside, he found the complainant on the floor in the living room and that she had fell from the stepping stool that was in the living room. The defendant stated that the argument never got physical between them, and the officer contacted the witness, who called in the welfare check and stated that he received a message from the complainant of a picture of a firearm. The witness stated that the complainant began sending him audio through WhatsApp, and on the audio, you can hear the complainant say, "Jose, run. He is going over there with a firearm. Run now." The second audio that was sent from the witness, you could hear the complainant telling him, "I was able to take the firearm away from him."
And here comes the hammer. The judge issues a protective order, basically a legal shield that says, you go near her, you're toast. This is where court shifts from negotiation to survival mode. No contact, no weapons, no excuses. It's a stark reminder. In domestic violence cases, the law moves fast to protect victims. What would you have done differently if you were the judge here?
But he had a knife. Run. The witness stated he called the complainant and was able to hear a disturbance between the complainant and a male. The complainant tells the witness, "I don't want to die," and the witness then overhears a male yell, "If you call the police, it will get worse." And then that's when the witness heard them arguing, and he can tell the defendant's mouth was then covered and can no longer talk. And then the complainant stated the defendant was upset that her ex-boyfriend was trying to pick her up, so the defendant placed a firearm inside his waist and said he was going to look for her ex-boyfriend, and he left the house. The complainant stated the defendant returned a short period later and continued to argue with her about leaving the house. And when the complainant was exiting the master bedroom and going towards the living room to leave, the defendant pushed her back, causing the complainant to fall to the ground and hitting her head with the floor. The complainant stated she lost consciousness after she fell, but when she woke back up, she was already laying on the bed when the defendant was there pleading that he was sorry and he didn't mean to hurt her. The complainant stated she did feel pain. And that's it, Your Honor.
So it is the pushing and falling on the floor and getting hurt that way. Okay. Mr. Torres, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand? You don't understand?
No, not one time.
He said, no, he's not gonna have contact.
Okay. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons, no guns. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you have a weapon, if I find that you try to have contact with this person, I'm going to put you in jail and you will not get any more PR bonds. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
You are?
Yes, sir.
I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Yolis Hernandez as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate this court order, the state can and will file an additional charge against you, violation of a protective order, and then it's really bad. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have any questions, Mark can help you and guide you through this. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Metzen. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't pick up any new cases, no contact and no weapons. That's it. Do you have any questions? Okay. As far as the bond is concerned, we need to take care of that.
Yes.
Do you have any prior criminal history that you guys see? Alex?
I can run his NCIC.
In Texas, no, Your Honor. I don't know. Outside, I doubt anything outside.
Your Honor, I don't see any other criminal history.
Okay. Mr. Torres, I'll set your bond at $500 and I will give you a PR bond today. Okay, but I will not give you another PR bond. If you pick up a new case or violate these conditions, I'm gonna take that PR bond in a moment's notice. You understand? Okay, my friend. So take a seat. We'll have you sign all the documents, but don't leave until we let you go. Okay? All right.